4:10 this afternoon. Most of the action is going to be around the afternoon mark. So let's dive into that game. Let's take a look at the market first of all. Orioles getting the love from the market, 81% of the tickets, 89% of the money. Similar story when it comes to the run line, 93% of the tickets, 99% of the money being bet on this game is on Orioles to win and Orioles minus 1.5. As for the over-under, under getting a bit of love. The run line is set right now, the total is set right now at 7. 15% of the tickets are on the under, 19% of the money, so clearly the over is getting a lot more action, but definitely an interesting one there. Just want to keep our eye on that. Additionally, let's get into the trends on this. Let's start with the Orioles. Orioles, after an away win, playing in a day game against an opponent with a winning record, so a very specific trend we're looking at. They're 3-1 straight up, 3-1 on the run line. They're also 3-1 favoring the over. How about on the other side of things? When the Mariners are coming off a home loss, then play a day game against a team with a winning record, Mariners are 1-3 straight up, 1-3 on the run line. So a bit of the trends early, at least looking at this, are favoring the Orioles on the money line, Orioles on the run line as well. Something to keep our eye on. Let's check out Corbin Burnes. Corbin Burnes, when he's pitched on the road so far this year, Orioles are 5-2 straight up, 5-2 on the run line. They did lose their last game in which he started on the road. That came against the Astros, a 5-1 loss. When he is pitching after a loss in his last start. Oh, he's not coming off a loss in his last start. He's coming off a win for the Orioles, 3-1. Just looking at it, when away favorite, Burnes, 5-2 is an away favorite. When he's been a favorite, regardless of location, Orioles are 12-5 in his starts when he's a favorite against a team with a winning record, as the Mariners do. Orioles are 6-2 straight up, 6-2 on the run line when Corbin Burnes pitches as a favorite against a team with a winning record. So really like seeing that. Backs up what we were seeing in the team trends. On the other side, Bryce Miller on the mound for the Mariners. When Bryce Miller pitches at home so far this year, he's 6-3 straight up. Interestingly, the under's been a much better play. Under is 7-2 when Bryce Miller pitches at home. How about when he pitches as a home underdog? It's happened twice this year. Mariners won both games and the under hit in both games. Certainly something that stands out. When Bryce Miller's pitched as an underdog, regardless of location, Mariners are 5-3 straight up, 5-3 on the run line. How about when that happens against a team with a winning record? I'm assuming that's every time. No, actually, Mariners are 3-3 straight up, 3-3 on the run line when Bryce Miller pitches as an underdog against a team with a winning record. They've actually won just one of their last 3 games under that scenario, and the over hit in all 3 of those games. Now, those did come on the road. The one game he pitched at home under this scenario was a 2-1 win against the Atlanta Braves, so just interesting to note. Let's get into another one of these trends, though. I'm just kind of curious. When the Orioles are playing on the last game of a series against a team with a winning record, they are 10-2 straight up. That's last game of a series against a team with a winning record. When they've played on the road under that scenario, Orioles are 4-1. On the other side of it, when the Mariners are in the last game of a series and they're playing an opponent with a winning record, so far this year, the Mariners are 6-9 under that scenario, 5-10 on the run line when that game has been played in Seattle. Mariners are 2-4 straight up, 2-4 on the run line. I know where I'm coming down on this one. It's Orioles on the money line for me. Orioles on the money line. I think the Orioles complete the sweep. I can understand if you wanted to take Mariners plus 1.5, I get it. I'm not going to put it up on the big board, not enough behind it. The under seems to be a slightly better play. The under, based on the trends, is just slightly better, not by much. I certainly don't like it at 7 or 7.5. I'd buy it up. Under 8.5 feels like a good play on this one. Again, not going to put it up on the big board, but probably where I come down is under 8.5. One more final thought for you on this game. I do like no run in the first inning. No run in the first inning for Orioles and Mariners. So Orioles, Mariners, no run in the first inning for that one. Don't think we're going to see offense in that first inning. So no run in the first inning for Orioles and Mariners. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Happy Independence Day to every one of you guys out there. If you live in this great country of ours, I hope you are feeling absolutely blessed today. I hope you got some burgers that are going to be on the grill, some beers that are cooling, and some ice. I hope you guys are enjoying some great weather. Hope you're going to enjoy a lot of great baseball. Friends, family, freedom, and some hot dogs, some Franks. That's how it should be done. So for all of you out there watching the show, I hope you're having a wonderful Independence Day. I will bring up one thing. It's going to be a popular refrain from me for today. Forgive me, but every time we have a national holiday that allows me to do this, I always do it. We live in a country with real heroes, people who are actual heroes, and it is those who run into the burning buildings that we run out of. It's the people who go defend us abroad. So if you have opportunity today to do one good deed, go to tunneltotowers.com or tunnelstotowers.org. Donate. Go to Wounded Warrior Project. Donate. Go to the Pat Tillman Foundation. Donate. Those are three outstanding, upstanding, genuine organizations that make sure your dollar gets into the hands of those who need it. Family members who have lost a loved one in service. Those who are battling the scars of service. And obviously those who are dealing with the scars of service that can't be seen. Three great organizations, that's Tunnel to Towers, Wounded Warrior Project, and the Pat Tillman Foundation. I know people don't want to hear about asking for money or asking for charity, but today of all days is a great day to do it. If you love this country, if you love living in this country, make sure you go donate today. That's the Pat Tillman Foundation, the Wounded Warrior Project, and Tunnel to Towers. Three great organizations. I'm going to bring them up throughout the show, so keep them in mind, because if you're making money on your sports bets, maybe it'd be nice to donate a little bit of that towards a good cause. Now let's get back to our sports betting conversation. If anyone cares about any fantasy conversation, whether it is about football, whether it is about baseball, we're all here for it. So make sure you guys are putting in your questions as well. Definitely here to help you guys out. Next question that we're being asked about is about the Cardinals and the Pirates game. Cardinals and Pirates is game 2 on the schedule today, a 12:35 first pitch. Cardinals and Pirates. Looking at the market for this one, Cardinals are getting the love from the money. Right now, 67% of the tickets are on the Cardinals to win. 93% of the money is right now on Cardinals on the money line. Love seeing that. Run line, similar story, 88% of the tickets, 89% of the money on the Cardinals to get the win. Over right now is set at 9, total set at 9. Seems high. We'll dive into whether that's a good note or not. One quick thing I do want to bring up for all of you guys out there, looking at the weather across Major League Baseball today, I don't see one game only one game has rain expected. That is the Tigers and Minnesota game, Tigers and Twins game. Other than that, should be a really great day for baseball. Mets and Washington Nationals, wind blowing out for that game. PNC Park, Cardinals and Pirates, wind blowing out for that game. Likelihood of home runs up across baseball. Should be a great day for the long ball if you're looking to place some bets. Let's dive into the research for Cardinals and Pirates. Cardinals, last game of a series on the road. They're not in the last game of a series. They are playing a team with a sub 500 record, and they are on the road for this one. Under that scenario, Cardinals are 14-14 straight up, 13-15 on the run line. Under's been slightly better at 16, 11, and 1. How about when that's a division opponent under that scenario? Cardinals are much better under that case, 5-3 straight up, 6-2 on the run line when they're an away favorite against a team with a losing record, 5-4 straight up, only 2-4 on the run line. So maybe some reason to believe the run line may not be as good a play for this one. Cardinals coming off an away loss in their previous game. When they're an away favorite after an away loss against a sub-500 opponent, 1-1 straight up, the under is hit in both scenarios. Interesting. When the Cardinals are coming off an away loss, they're on the road for the next game against a team with a losing record, but favorite or underdog isn't a factor. 5-3 straight up, 5-3 on the run line. Under is 6-1-1. So a lot of these trends favoring the under. I know the weather is favoring the over, but just keeping my eye on that one. Let's jump over now and look at it from the Pirates' point of view. When the Pirates are playing a team at 500, are the Cardinals still 500? Yeah, they are. When the Pirates play a team that has a 500 record or better at home, 13-13 straight up. Man, these two teams are playing nearly a flatline 500 for some of these trends. When the Pirates are a home dog against a team with a winning record, 7-6 straight up, 9-4 on the run line. Pirates on the run line has some value right now from what I'm seeing. When they are coming off a home win in the previous game, 3-4 straight up, 5-2 on the run line, under slightly better. I want to look at one other thing. This is relating to the total. When the total is equal to or greater than 9, when the Pirates have played a game with a total equal to or greater than 9, unders outperform the over at 8-5-1. Cardinals, under that same scenario, total greater or equal to 9, under is 10-5-2. Cardinals are 11-6 straight up, 11-6 on the run line when the total is that high. When they play on the road with the total that high, under is 8-2-1. A lot of reason to actually believe in the under for this one. Kind of interesting. I'm going to wait to put out a pick on the big board, but interesting where we see things come down right now. Martin Perez, when he's pitched against a team with a winning record so far this year, the Pirates are 0-5 straight up and 0-5 on the run line. Folks, we have one of our biggest, best trends of the day so far in our research. The Pittsburgh Pirates are 0-5 straight up, 0-5 on the run line when Martin Perez pitches against a team with a winning record with a 500 win percentage or higher. This immediately has me liking the Cardinals. I'm going to put the Cardinals up on the board. Cardinals on the money line, everybody. Cardinals on the money line. Now, the under has performed slightly better at 3-2. Not enough for me to really jump into there. On the other side of things, Andre Palantini on the mound for the Cardinals. They're 4-2 in his start straight up. Only 2-4 on the run line when he's pitched on the road. Cardinals are 1-2 straight up, 1-2 on the run line. Unders 2-1 when he pitches as a favorite. Cardinals are 3-0 when he's a favorite straight up. So we've kind of found our real sweet spot here in the trends. It's Cardinals on the money line. Cardinals on the money line. You could probably talk me into the Pirates plus 1.5. I'm not going to put it up on the big board, but if you told me the Pirates covered, I wouldn't be shocked. But I think the Cardinals are going to win this game. I do have another bet for this one. It is Cardinals. It is Pirates. And it is yes to a run in the first inning. Yes to a run in the first inning. We think Cardinals and Pirates is going to have a run in the first inning. So make sure you're aware of that. We've put up 6 picks so far. Let me recap all the picks we've given out during the show to this point. We have Mets on the money line. Mets on the money line. We have Mets and Nationals over 7.5 runs. Mets and Nationals over 7.5 runs. We have the Cardinals on the money line. Cardinals on the money line. We have Cardinals and Pirates, yes to a run in the first inning. Cardinals and Pirates, yes to a run in the first inning. We have the Orioles on the money line. Orioles on the money line. And we have Orioles and Mariners, no run in the first inning. Orioles and Mariners, no run in the first inning. Happy Independence Day to everyone out there. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch our show. We're doing an early morning show because we've got baseball starting in about 20-25 minutes. Mets Nationals about to get underway, an 11 o'clock start in our nation's capital. So if you're getting your bets in, get them in early, everybody. Should be a great day. Diego, I love Yordan Alvarez again today. Astros on the money line. Let's take a look at that one. Astros and Blue Jays. That has a first pitch at 1:07. Let's take a look at it from a market standpoint. Astros are outpacing the Blue Jays a little bit when it comes to the money. 68% of the tickets are on the Astros to win. 79% of the money on the Astros to win. Same story when it comes to Astros covering. Clearly the market really actually likes the Astros in this one. Interestingly enough, Ballpark Pal does not. Ballpark Pal's projections actually have the Blue Jays winning, so kind of an interesting discrepancy between ballparkpal.com projections and what the market is telling us. Let's look at Astros. Astros against a sub-500 opponent playing on the road, and they're playing as a favorite. When they play under that scenario, Astros are 9-6 straight up, 8-6 on the run line. Under has been really good. Under is 11-3-1 when the Astros play on the road as a favorite against a team with a winning record. We mentioned, as someone else mentioned it, we thought the under was going to hit yesterday. It did not. Astros blew up for 9 runs, putting us over the total. We missed on that. But the under had been a very strong trend. I'm not going to overreact to what I saw yesterday. Just calling it out for what it is, the fact that we did get it wrong and the over did hit. How about the Blue Jays? Blue Jays at home as an underdog against a team with a 500 winning percentage or better. Blue Jays are 2-8. 2-8 straight up under this scenario. They have been a terrible team under this scenario. 2-8 straight up, 3-7 on the run line. Over's been slightly better at 6-4. But when the Blue Jays play as a home dog against a team with a winning record or 500, at least 500 or better, they are 2-8 straight up. How about when they're coming off a loss in the previous game? They are 1-5 straight up, 2-4 on the run line. Certainly reason to believe in the Astros based on those trends. I'm going to jump on over. I want to check out the starting pitchers for this one. Chris Bassett on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays. When he's faced an opponent that has a 500 winning percentage or better, Blue Jays are just 3-6 straight up. They are 6-3 on the run line. How about when he's pitched against a winning team at home? 2-4 straight up, 3-3 on the run line. Under's been better at 2-4. How about when he's pitched as an underdog, regardless of location against a team with a winning record? 2-4 straight up. Here's an interesting one. Blue Jays are 5-1 on the run line when Bassett pitches as an underdog against a team with a winning record. 5-1 on the run line. That does stand out to me. Let's take a look at Framber Valdez. When Framber Valdez has pitched this year, regardless of any other variables, Astros are 7-9 straight up, 7-9 on the run line. Under's been better at 9-4-1 when he's pitched on the road. 3-3 straight up, 3-3 on the run line, 4-2 favoring the under. As an away favorite, the under is 4-0. The under is 4-0 when Framber Valdez pitches as an away favorite. We've seen the under come up a number of times in these trends. I'm going to lean towards the under. That's going to be the first pick we actually put on the board for this one. I'm going to take Astros. I'm going to take Blue Jays. I'll take the under. I'll take the under on this one. Obviously, I'm going to buy it up. You guys know how I do. But this opened and has stayed at 8.5, pretty flat. I'll take under 9.5. Same play that I made yesterday. If it doesn't cash, I'm okay with it. But the under 9.5 has the trends behind it, especially this Framber Valdez as an away favorite. How about when he pitches as a favorite, regardless of location? The under is 9-2-1. Under's been a very strong play. When he's pitched as a favorite against a team with a losing record, 5-1 to the under, 3-3 straight up, 3-3 on the run line. When he's pitched on the road against a team with a losing record this year, only 1-2. Wish it were a little bit better there. But for this game, the pick I'm going to make, I'm going to take the Astros on the money line. I will take Blue Jays plus 1.5. I like the Chris Bassett 5-1 run line trend. So for that game, I'm taking Astros on the money line, Blue Jays plus 1.5, and I've got Astros and Blue Jays under 9.5. That's under 9.5. Za King is asking about the White Sox game. White Sox, Guardians, very interesting on this one where the market's coming down. Market for this game, by the way, this is a 110 start. White Sox are actually getting some love from the run line. We'll talk about it in a moment. As for the money line, heavily on the Guardians. 89% of the tickets on the Guardians to win. 89% of the money on the Guardians to win. But the run line is not the same. 90% of the tickets are on the Guardians to cover minus 1.5, but 48% of the money is on the White Sox plus 1.5, and you could get White Sox plus 1.5 at plus 110. That tells us White Sox plus 1.5 and White Sox plus 2 or plus 2.5 are good plays, are things we want to keep our eye on. Over is getting a bit more love than the under. Over at 8.5 is getting 95% of tickets and 94% of the money. Let's dive into this one from a White Sox point of view. They are facing a team with a winning record. They are an away dog. They're coming off another away loss yesterday. Under that scenario, the White Sox are 5-16 straight up. 5-16 straight up, but they're actually 8-13 on the run line. They have actually covered the spread in 4 of their last 5 games. They've covered the run line in 4 of their last 5 games under this scenario. So very interesting there. They're a dog in this one. 8-12 on the run line, even though they're 5-15 straight up. So they've actually won their last 2 games straight up under this scenario, but they've covered the run line in 4 straight games under this scenario. That came against the Mariners, that came against the Guardians. As an away dog, after an away loss, facing a team with a winning record, the White Sox 4-12 straight up, 7-9 on the run line. They're a much better run line team. They've covered the run line in 5 of their last 6 games under this scenario. The more you look at it, White Sox plus 1.5 has some value there. White Sox plus 2.5 has enormous value. Not a great return on investment, but a good probability. How about last game of a series after an away loss? This isn't the last game of a series, fortunately for them. How is it not? No, this is the last game of a series. When they played the last game of a series against a team with a winning record, 6-11 straight up, but again, 8-9 on the run line. When that game has been played on the road, White Sox 2-5 straight up, but it's a team with a losing record, and they are a home favorite so far this year. Guardians are 16-4 straight up, but only 11-9 on the run line. So very similar stories for this one. I feel like the money line heavily favoring the Guardians. The run line is favoring the White Sox, and that's a really interesting thing to see. It certainly stands out. Let's take a look at the starting pitchers for this one. Jared Schuster on the mound for the White Sox rather. When he has pitched on the road against a team with a winning record so far this year, this will be the first start he actually makes under that scenario. Jared Schuster is making his first start of the year. Okay. How about looking at it from the other side? Ben Lively. Ben Lively on the mound for the Guardians. When Ben Lively has pitched at home against a team with a losing record this year, Guardians are 4-0 straight up. Got to put this one on the board right now. Certainly believing in it. I'm taking Guardians on the money line. Guardians on the money line, no-brainer for me. The Ben Lively at home, 4-0, that stands out. Now, on the run line, Guardians are 3-2. Guardians are 3-1 when Ben Lively pitches at home. By the way, the under is 0-2-2. I'm not going to touch the over-under for this one. Weather for this White Sox and Guardians game favors offense. Wind is blowing to right field. Good for home runs. Should be actually a good game for offense. So I'm not going to touch the total because it actually is leading me a little bit towards the over, even though this trend suggests the under. Let's see if I can get White Sox plus 2.5. White Sox plus 2.5 is minus 150. I'm taking that. White Sox plus 2.5 is available at minus 150. I think that's a really strong play. I've got one more pick for this game. I've got White Sox money line. I've got Guardians on the money line. I have White Sox plus 2.5. I will also take White Sox and Guardians. I think there's going to be a run in the first inning. White Sox, Guardians, yes to a run in the first inning. White Sox and Guardians, yes to a run in the first inning. Another pick we're putting up on the big board for all you folks out there. Again, if you miss any of my picks throughout the show, we give them away for free every single day. DM me on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports. DM me on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports. We give away all of our picks for free every single day. They're never behind a paywall. They're never hidden. They're never deleted. They're always accessible. I'm not a professional sports bettor. I'm really a professional sports content creator. I've worked at ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS Sports, Jim Rome, largely as a producer and a content developer. And what I focus on is sports betting, fantasy sports, and ranting about sports. But I've always loved researching sports. And that's what we do on the show. You can follow these picks. You can fade these picks. We are not a sports book. We only do this because we love research. We love researching sports data and diving into the matchups, trends, whatever angle we can get a look at to give us a bit of an advantage on fantasy sports or sports bets. That's what we do here at Buttfumble Sports. So make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe if you're over on YouTube. Make sure you're with us every time we go live. We have a lot of fantasy football content coming out this month. We're gonna do mock drafts. We're going to do fantasy leagues that you can participate in against us. We're going to do a lot of DFS content coming up for the NFL season. And finally, we are going to continue to do our research around the MLB. We're going to do baseball picks every day. So make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. And if you ever want my picks for free, every single day they're for free, just DM me on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports. DM me on Instagram. I'll give you guys a link and a referral code for the SHARPZ app. It's always accessible. It's always free. You never need to pay. So make sure you hit us up on Instagram today. Okay, let's do a recap of the picks, everybody. Recap of the picks. Here are the picks we've given out so far during the show, okay? We're taking Mets on the money line. Mets on the money line. We're taking Mets and Nationals over 7.5. Mets and Nationals over 7.5. We're taking Cardinals on the money line. Cardinals on the money line. We also like Cardinals and Pirates. Yes to a run in the first inning. Cardinals and Pirates. Yes to a run in the first inning. We have the Astros on the money line. Astros on the money line. We're also taking Blue Jays plus 1.5. Playing it a bit safe there. Astros money line. Blue Jays plus 1.5. And I'm going to take the under 9.5. Under 9.5 for Astros and Blue Jays. We just looked at Guardians, White Sox, and we have Guardians on the money line. Guardians on the money line. We have the White Sox plus 2.5. White Sox plus 2.5. And for White Sox and Guardians, we're going yes to a run in the first inning. White Sox, Guardians, yes to a run in the first inning. As for the Orioles-Mariners game, we're taking Orioles on the money line. Orioles on the money line. And Orioles and Mariners, no run in the first inning. Orioles and Mariners, no run in the first inning for that game. If you guys have a question, make sure you throw it up on the chat in the comment section. That's what we're here for. John, one of my favorite viewers over on YouTube, is asking for a rant. What are your thoughts about Klay Thompson going to Dallas? Honestly, I think it is the end of an era in the NBA. The Golden State Warriors really did define the last decade of great performances. I know we talk about LeBron James a lot, but LeBron James didn't win nearly as many titles over the last decade as everyone would have expected. It was the Warriors who owned the last 10 years. The end of the Curry, Thompson, Green trio is a major moment in NBA history. We are seeing a changing of the guard in more ways than just a player leaving. That said, I think that he both makes sense in Dallas, and yet I don't like it. I actually think there were other moves the Mavericks could have made this offseason that I would have liked more. I'm surprised they didn't try to find a way to get Derek Jones back. I thought that was a bit surprising. But Klay Thompson as a shooter, great idea. You got Doncic getting a double team. You have Kyrie getting a double team, and you're able to pop it out to Klay for a three. That's going to be open. I love that. But do I think Klay Thompson is truly a big three member? Is he capable of producing the kind of numbers that could make him a member of a big three? No. I think he's almost at the point in his career where he's more of a role player. Again, spot-up shooter could be a role player that kind of catch the pass, knock down the shot. That could be a role that's incredibly valuable for Dallas, so I don't hate the move. But some people are reacting to it like it's going to change the Mavericks and it's going to vault them back to the top of the Western Conference. I think they're going to regress this year. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to take a massive step forward. I think the Timberwolves are going to continue to be a threat. I think the Denver Nuggets are going to return to being a Western Conference Finals caliber team. So I think the Mavericks made a good move, but I actually think there were other moves they could have made this offseason that I would have liked more, that I think could have taken them farther ultimately than this move with Klay Thompson. So that's my take on that. Colin, we're going Mets today. Mets on the money line, everybody. Mets on the money line. You think Warriors will still be able to compete through the end of Curry's career long-term rebuild? I'll say that the Warriors always have a chance to contend, more because of how that ownership operates, more than anything else. It's not about Dunleavy as the GM. It's actually not about Steph Curry as much. If he doesn't stay healthy, obviously those ankles always need to stay healthy. But the one thing I can say is the Warriors ownership is willing to spend money. They're willing to go after the big move. The fact that they were even in the running for Paul George tells you a lot about their intentions. If you are a fan, you want your team's ownership group behaving the way the Warriors ownership group does. They make the moves. They go after the names that they need to. I understand why they might be disappointed that Klay Thompson left, more from a historical standpoint, the end of an era. It would have been nice to see the story end all in Golden State or all in San Francisco now that they've moved. But that said, I'm not worried about the Warriors long term. I do think the window for Steph Curry to win a championship is probably closed, but that doesn't mean they can't contend to make the playoffs. I still think they have talent on that team. Let's get back to some baseball, everybody. Evan is asking about Reds and Yankees. Reds and Yankees. There's actually a friend of mine right now who's trying to talk me into going to this game. It's a 1:05 start, so I got to make up my mind in about the next half hour to decide whether I'm going to this Reds and Yankees game. Let's look at it, everybody. Let's look at some trends. First, we look at the market for this one. Reds, back-to-back wins at Yankee Stadium. Who would have expected that? And the market is reflecting it. 86% of the tickets are on the Yankees to win, but 50% of the money is on the Reds to win. Reds on the money line is plus 158. Lot of love for that. I'm not saying it's what I'm going with. I'm telling you the money is really in love with the Reds. Maybe because the first two games of the series, maybe it's because the Yankees are slumping. Yankees have actually been one of the worst teams in baseball over the last couple of weeks. They have really struggled since about mid-June. I don't think they've won a series since their series against the Royals in mid-June. So it's been a minute, everybody. Yankees really struggling. Reds playing better baseball. Let's look into some of these trends. Reds, when they face a team with a winning record, last game of a series on the road so far this year, the Reds are 0-4 straight up. By the way, 3-1 on the run line. I will say that. 0-4 straight up, 3-1 on the run line, and the under is 4-0. Under is 4-0 under the scenario that the Reds have today. How about the Yankees? Yankees, when they're facing a team with a losing record, last game of a series, and they're playing at home. Under that scenario, Yankees are 2-3 straight up, 2-3 on the run line. Under has been better at 3-2. So interesting the fact that the Yankees aren't nearly as good as I would have expected. How about the Yankees? When the total is 9 runs or higher, as it is today, Yankees at home with the total 9 runs or higher, 3-2 straight up, 3-2 on the run line. Under's been better at 3-2. Reds, when they are on the road and the total is 9 runs or higher, the Reds are 8-1 on the run line. 8-1 on the run line when they are on the road and the total is 9 runs or higher. Everybody, Reds on the run line makes a lot of sense right now. We're going to dive into it more, but wow, 6-3 straight up, 8-1 on the run line. How about Frankie Montas? Frankie Montas on the mound for the Reds today. When Montas has pitched so far this year, Reds are just 4-11 straight up. They've lost their last 4 straight games. By the way, the under has hit in 6 straight games with Frankie Montas on the mound when he has pitched on the road so far this year. 2-5 straight up. They're actually 5-2 on the run line. Under's only 4-3. So at home, the run line's been worse, and at home the under's been better. Interesting. When he pitches as an underdog this year, Reds are 1-8 as an underdog. When Frankie Montas pitches, the only win they had actually came on April 3rd. So leaning maybe slightly towards Yankees money line, but not heavily. Let's take a look at Marcus Stroman. When Marcus Stroman pitches against a team with a losing record at home this year, only 1-3 straight up. Yankees are 0-4 on the run line. Let me repeat it. The Yankees are 0-4 on the run line when Marcus Stroman pitches at home against a team with a losing record. The under is 4-0. I got some crazy ones for you on this one. I'm going to go in a crazy direction. I am taking Reds plus 1.5. I think the Yankees are going to win. I think the Yankees could win. I think the Yankees probably do win, but they're not making my big board right now. I'm going to take the Reds plus 1.5, and I'll take the Reds, and I'll take the Yankees, and I'm going to take the under. Reds and Yankees, I'll take the under. Right now, the total set at 9. I'm going to go for under 10.5. Under 10.5 for that game, everybody. Reds, Yankees, I'm going to take the under 10.5 for that Reds and Yankees game. I think the Yankees could win, but based on every trend we just looked at, Reds plus 1.5 is the better play. So I'm not going to touch Yankees on the money line on the big board. I'm taking Reds to cover plus 1.5. Let's throw another pick up here. I'm going to be quick on this one. We'll show the market for it. It's Red Sox, it's Marlins. Market favoring the Red Sox. Marlins are getting a little bit of love from the money, just a little bit of love. Let's show the Red Sox really quick. When they face a team with a losing record, last game of a series on the road, Red Sox are 6-0 straight up, 5-1 on the run line. You heard that correct. When the Red Sox play the last game of a series on the road against a team with a losing record, they are 6-0 straight up, 5-1 on the run line. You can put it on the board. Yes, sir. We're taking Red Sox on the money line, everybody. Red Sox on the money line. I have one more for this game. I'm taking Red Sox, I'm taking Marlins, and I'm taking no run in the first inning. Red Sox and Marlins, no run in the first inning for this game, okay, everybody? But we're taking Red Sox on the money line and no run in the first inning for Red Sox and Marlins. Let's do another quick one. How about those Phillies? How about those Cubs? 2:20 start. Phillies are getting the love from the money, both on the money line and on the run line. Let's take a look at the Phillies. When the Phillies are facing a team with a losing record, last game of a series on the road, they are 5-4 straight up, only 3-6 on the run line. Under is 6-3 as well. How about the Cubs? Cubs, when they face a team with a winning record, last game of a series at home so far this year, 2-1 straight up, 2-1 on the run line, under slightly better. How about Christopher Sanchez? Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies when he's pitched on the road, 2-5 straight up, just 1-6 on the run line. Phillies are just 1-6 on the run line when Christopher Sanchez pitches on the road. Jameson Taillon, when he faces a team with a winning record at home so far this year, the Cubs 1-0 in those starts. Only made one start under that scenario, but did get the win. At home this year, Jameson Taillon 5-2 straight up, 2-5 on the run line when he's pitched as an underdog like he is today. Only 2-4 straight up, 2-4 on the run line. The under is 5-1. Under is 5-1 when Taillon pitches under this scenario. For Sanchez, the under is 3-1. Tricky one for me to go with today, but I'm going to take the Phillies on the money line. Cubs plus 1.5, and I'm taking Phillies, I'm taking Cubs, and I'm taking no run in the first inning, everybody. So that's Phillies on the money line, Cubs plus 1.5, Phillies and Cubs, no run in the first inning, everyone. No run in the first inning for Phillies and Cubs. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the show. We got another quick one for you. Let's go to Oakland. Angels, Athletics. Money favoring the Angels just a little bit more than the tickets are. 29% of the tickets are on the Angels to win, but 36% of the money is on the Angels to win. Angels are actually the underdog. Angels are plus 1.5 on the run line. 74% of the money is on Angels plus 1.5. Let's look at it from the A's perspective. The A's are a rare favorite. When the Athletics have been a favorite at any point this year, they are 9-2 straight up. 9-2 straight up. When they are a favorite, last game of a series, 3-1 straight up, but 1-3 on the run line. So, very good straight up, not as good on the run line. How about the Angels? Angels, last game of a series against a team with a losing record on the road. Angels are 3-2 straight up, 3-2 on the run line under that scenario. The over is 4-1. Over's 3-1 when the A's are a favorite last game of a series. Taking a look at the starting pitching matchup for this one. Contreras on the mound for the Angels. He's only made one start. That was a win. It came against the A's, actually. That was the only start he's made so far this year. On the other side, J.P. Sears on the mound for the Oakland Athletics. J.P. Sears, the A's are 6-11 in his starts, 10-7 on the run line. The under slightly better at 11-6. When J.P. Sears has pitched at home so far this season, 3-4 straight up, 4-3 on the run line. Under slightly better at 4-3. When Sears has pitched as a favorite, A's did win that game and the under hit. I'm going to go bizarrely on this one. I'm going to take the Athletics to win. I'm going to take the Athletics on the money line. Athletics on the money line, and I'm going to take the Angels plus 1.5. So Athletics on the money line, Angels plus 1.5. That's how we're coming down on that game. Hope you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the show. We've had a lot of fun talking sports with you guys. If you guys want any of my picks, we give them away for free. DM me on Instagram, ButtFumbleSports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make every day for free. So we're going to stop the show right now because I'm going to go watch some sports and place some more bets. DM me on Instagram if you missed any of the picks we made during today's show. Go to Instagram. ButtFumbleSports is the name of my handle. ButtFumbleSports. DM me on Instagram to get every pick I make for free. They're never behind a paywall. They're never hidden. We want you guys to have access to them for free. So DM me on Instagram. ButtFumbleSports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make every single day. Finally, one last note for all you guys out there. I mentioned it earlier. You want to do a great thing on this Independence Day. There are 3 great organizations you can donate money to. Tunnel to Towers, great organization. Wounded Warrior Project, phenomenal organization. And of course, the Pat Tillman Foundation. These are 3 organizations. If you call yourself a patriot, if you call yourself a great American, if you want to show your love for this country and the true heroes that allow us to celebrate this holiday without any fear of invasion, without any fear of consequence, without any fear of freedom being infringed upon on this day, make sure you go to the Pat Tillman Foundation, the Wounded Warrior Project, and make sure you go to Tunnel to Towers. Donate today. We don't want your money here at ButtFumbleSports. Go to one of these great causes and go donate today. Those are the individuals who need it. those are 3 organizations I've worked with before. I know your dollar reaches the person you want it to get to, not to some administrator, but to the people who could actually use it. The dollar goes the farthest with those 3 organizations. You want to do a great thing? That's what you should do. Our picks will be up in just a moment. You want access to all of our picks? DM me on Instagram. Until tomorrow, we will see you guys at 4:30 tomorrow, everybody. 4:30 on Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be live on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So if you guys want to join us, talk more sports, get more sports bets, and have a lot of fun in the process, make sure you join us at 4:30 Friday afternoon. I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you guys stay safe. And I hope you guys have the greatest July 4th you possibly could. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon. Goodbye, everybody.